Hi everyone, it's Donna from Little Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I am bringing you a design team video today for Gareth at Embellishment.com. Gareth has sent me one of his kits to have a play with, and this is a musical themed kit. So you get an embossing folder. Let me give you the measurements for that. Just one second so I find my ruler. My desk is an absolute tip. I daren't show anyone. It's awful. Okay, so it measures where are we? 4¼ by 5 5/8, it looks like. Okay, so that's really good. So obviously you've got your music notes, instruments, microphone, headphones, some really nice pieces there. So I'm going to be using this for my design team project today. So this is the embossing folder. You also get in the kit 2 stencils. You get a musical note and you get a treble clef stencil. You also get some treble clef charms. There's 4 in there, so you get those as well. And you also get some dies. So you get the guitar die, which is quite a substantial die. Let's have a look. So that's the die, and that measures in length 5 inches, and at the widest part it's just a little over 1 3/4 inches. So it's quite a substantial die, as I say, to get the guitar. And you also get some music note dies as well. So you get those. So that is this kit, and I actually forget how much it's priced up at, but as with everything at G's, it's extremely reasonably priced, as is shipping. Gareth is based in the UK, but he does ship worldwide, and he will be able to sort you out with a quote for shipping. If your shipping costs less than you've paid, then Gareth always refunds the difference as well, which is also brilliant. So I had to play around with this embossing folder, and I wanted to do something other than emboss, if you know what I mean, a different type of embossing. So what I had to go with this card, and what I did was I put this in my Stamp Perfect, lined up the card, and I put embossing on Versamark on the embossing folder, and closed it over and pressed it so I had an imprint of the Versamark. And then I used some pigment powder. This is Silky Gold pigment powder. Yes, it's very sort of grungy, and I just wasn't too keen on the effect, so I thought I'd do exactly the same thing with the Versamark, but use gold embossing powder and just see how that was to go. So that's what I'm going to try. So this was obviously the pigment powder, so I'll leave that one to one side, and I'm going to do the opposite colours now. I'm going to do a red panel and a black card base. So let's bring in my Stamp Perfect. I use this, it gives me a little bit of you know, I can push down a little bit better. So let's decide what side we're going to use. See, we could do it so we've only got the edges. I think we'll do the full side, and that's still sticky, so that's got quite a fair bit of Versamark on. But before I do that, I just want to treat my cardstock. So this is an anti-static powder. I usually have my brush one, but as usual, in fact I've got two of those and I can't put my hand on it at the minute. So let's just tap off the excess. So I'm going to start by embossing. I'm using the mini one. I have got the big one, but this is the one that I first put my hand on. So I'm going to just cover that with the Versamark. And it's handy, this embossing folder, because it doesn't go all the way to the edge, so you do have a little bit of room to hold it. Make sure I go over that guitar really well. Okay, so I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to line the embossing folder up like this in my stamping tool, my stamp press, and just line it up, and then close that over. Now I'm just going to put the lid down so I can just assist it. It just gives me a little bit of a hand. I'll move it into the middle. I'll take it out, just pop that to one side. I've taken out the foam insert and I'm just going to rub over on the other side. If you had a brayer, which I do have somewhere, and Gareth does sell them in his store, a brayer would be really good now to go over this, just to give it a really good impression. You could still, I would imagine, put it through your die cut machine to emboss, but I wanted to do it and not have the raised edges. I just wanted it flat. So let's see how that's covered. It looks pretty good. I'm just going to press on a few more areas. It looks okay. I just want to get the neck of the guitar a bit better. Yep, that looks good. So I'm just going to slide that off. Don't really want to touch it too much, and then just get a piece of scrap paper. And then I've got some Wow Gold, metallic gold embossing powder. So I'm just going to sprinkle that all over my cardstock, and then just pick up the end. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Whoops. Just leave that over there. Pop the excess back in. Well, the excess that I haven't already spilled, which is just typical. So I'm going to heat the heat tool up, guys, and before I do that, I just want to brush a little bit of the embossing. Do you know what? I think I'll leave it. I think it might add to it. Right, so I'm going to turn the heat gun on, guys, so I will turn the volume down and speed you in for this part. I think that turned out really well. I really like that. I do, I really love that. Okay, so let's get our card and put the rest of it together. So I've already embossed my sentiment onto some black card, and I'm just going to put this piece on the inside. Normally I'd put white, but I just think it would be nice just to keep the colour consistent. So I'll just pop this on the inside. Oh, sorry, that's really noisy. gives you a nice area to write. And then we'll just pop this on the front. I don't know whether to use, no, I think I'll keep it flat. So that was the whole point of doing it, was to keep her flat. An embossed flat card. Oh, that doesn't really make sense, but that's what it is. Okay, so that's that. You can leave it like that, or you can add the guitar if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach that there to the panel of my card. So there we go. That's a really simple Father's Day card with an embossed background, and I think it turns out really well. I really like it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to go over to Gareth's store and check out the kits that he has available. He's got lots of different kits. Yeah, so do go and check that out. I'll leave the link to Gareth's store in the description bar, and I'll also leave the link to Gareth's YouTube there as well, so you can pop over. Gareth has 2 YouTube channels, and one of them is predominantly a Christmas craft YouTube channel, which is fantastic. So I'll leave the link to both of those in there, and also I will leave the link to Gareth's Facebook page, where you can go and become part of the G's Embellishment Emporium community group, and you can share your projects on there. You can also share items that you bought from Gareth and what you've done with them and things like that. So I'll leave all that information in the description bar below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will be back soon with another video. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Lots of love. Bye for now.